Welcome back. I just finished eating some french fries and I'm good to go. Rice remained sullen and silent all day, but there was a part of her that wanted to ask directly. She would stand at the lectern and bang on the blackboard while glaring at her classmates, and then she would ask, why do you trust Marika but not Messiah? She could try it, but she probably wouldn't get anything but funny looks for her trouble. And then she would lose. Rise didn't want to fight a battle she would lose. She corrected herself offhandedly. Anyway, this was no time to be worried about that. What mattered was that she had to win. She had stayed up late in the night thinking. When she awoke, she was slumped over her desk and the morning sun streaming over her cheek. The shortened path to a solution was to get Marika to admit the truth, but realistically speaking, that wouldn't be easy. Which meant she would have to tackle the problem sidelong, even if it meant taking the long way around. She wasn't usually a fan of underhanded tactics, but the subject was one that was close to her heart. Her former best friend. How she had longed for them to smile at each other like they had so long ago. This might be her last chance to make that happen. Okay, enough with the tsundere. Rice looked around for hands. Ayaka's went up. All eyes turned to Chiho. She slumped over. No, was it? I can't stop smiling. This game has a way to make me smile for somehow. Huh? What? Alf. Okay, can we eliminate Kenobi from the room? That would just make things worse. What the heck? I just fell a draft. And those that wonder, that's probably one of those superstitions when, oh, someone behind your back is talking about you, you sneeze. The others looked around at Kenobi and shop, but Kenobi was extremely serious. So a karate chopper. I'm going down. Ugh. This is gonna be rough. You were in me. No, no. No, no. I say no. Does my opinion even matter? I'm the victim here. It was an unrealistic plan, no matter how they sliced it. Rise asked for another suggestion. Whoa! You have to give her tenacity. She doesn't give up. Andrew! What's going on? It's not even cool that I'm sneezing like crazy. The group all nodded. I shook her head. After class, everyone came by for my consultation. I've only been gone for one day. I'm pretty sure you look like you always have. Point exactly. I'm flattered. What was that for, Chio? Didn't think I was. No, not at all. They just stayed by the door. I never even saw them. Pretty sure it wouldn't be worth it. More or less, Sister Mishima brought me the printouts. Right. What the heck? Right, I'll be careful. What you have to say? Are we going to get a flashback? Yep. The bell rang to mark the end of class. Rise moved immediately to Mitsuki's classroom. The atmosphere was relaxed now. The classroom was over. However, rather than making conversation with her classmate, Ritsuko sat staring into space. Or what's that supposed to be? Wait, Ritsuko. It's a Mizuki. She looks so listless. Is it possible that Mizuki thought Masaya really assaulted Marika? That would explain her depression. She walked up to her desk and addressed her. Mizuki looked up in surprise. She apparently hadn't even heard her approach. Mizuki's brow furrowed for a moment, then her expression relaxed. The two turned to watch them as they walked out together. They were often together in immediate course, but nowadays it was definitely a rare sight. Though her expression was normal, her manner was all business. Rise let out an eternal sigh. Mizuki averted her eyes. The gloomy expression from the classroom was back on her face. Rise tilted her head, wondering what she meant by that. Mizuki's mouth laughed wordlessly. That was when Rise knew. She knew that Mizuki had been the mastermind behind this incident. And what's more, she felt guilty about it. Rise nodded. After all, Rise and Mitsuki had once been good friends. Mitsuki has been acting kind of down, hasn't she? I've been getting the same impression from Marika. I just don't know what could have happened to make her act that way. I'm getting a little worried about her. And the vacuum's going on in the background. Fuck me. Am I really? It's more that it was too cold to stay standing around. Yeah, the session was tomorrow. It was sounding like the tide of the school had turned against me. That was expected, of course. So I had to get the testimony of the person behind it, Mizuki. That night, I got an email from Rai. She wanted me there for her to meet Mizuki. So, at the appointed time, I slipped out the veranda and headed for the rose garden. Hey. Mizuki glared at her eyes. Mizuki was doing her best to sound outraged, but even in the faint moonlight, I could see that her beautiful face was warped with guilt. Well, you know that I know the truth after all. Mitsuki turned to leave, but Rise had caught her arm. Mitsuki turned back to face Rise, released her. She glared at us confrontationally. Mitsuki and I found gazes locked together. It occurred to me that it had been a while since we had faced each other like this. We had very few chances to speak. She had said something similar before. She said she wondered if Mitsuki was just following along with Mariko. Rice spoke to her in a harsh voice.
私たち一番の仲良しだったわよね。何よ急に。それがどうしてこんなことになっちゃったのかしら。白百合会と紅バラ会に分かれて正々堂々と戦う。それなら何も悪いことはないわ。でも今は明らかに違う。そういう間柄ではない。思えば私この問題に正面から向き合うことを避けてきたんだわ。なぜって何が出てくるかわからなかったんだもの。怖かったんだもの。美月さんも同じじゃない？まあね。一体何が悪かったのかしら。私が悪かったの？私本当言って寂しかったのよ。リセさん、美月さんが離れていくようで寂しかった。私なんて親しい友人もいないし、もちろん。
As far as I could see, Rise wasn't unpopular. On the contrary, as Sel declared, she was extremely popular, but a pedestal could be isolating in its own way. That's probably why she didn't have any close friends.
なかなか素直になれなかったけれど、でももう最後の機会だと思うから言うわ。私また美月さんと昔みたいに仲良しになりたいって思ってる。
A bit of red came into Mitsuki's cheeks.
美月さんはどうかしら。
It took her a long time to answer. Mitsuki turned her eyes straight on the ground and wrestled out the words with effort.
私だって
Her shoulders slumped and she bowed her head slightly.
ごめんなさい。きっといけないのは私なのよ。だんだんとあなたのことが眩しくなってしまったの。どんなことでも一目置かれる存在のリセさんが眩しくなってしまったのよ。おかしいわよね。私たちはいつだって一緒だったの。
So it did go, huh? Went without saying that she would shine brightly.
後期に入ると特に顕著になるでしょう。ヒエラルキーというか。そうね。私もいい子ぶって否定はできないわ。私の一面誇りに思ったのは事実だもの。でも少なくとも私たちの間にはそんなものないと思っていた。それは本当なのよ、美月さん。それは分かってる。だってリセさんは私の一面に疑問を持たなかったみたいだから。私ね、私後期に上がって早々周りの太陽と月、悲しいくらいにお似合いじゃないと。それは
Mitsuki's former tale, the moment de lune. That's right, that's why I made her so upset back then. Chief Decor is it? I believe that your earlier title was far more beautiful. You really do mean that, don't you?
私は愕然としたものよ。私は対等の友達のつもりでいたのに、周りはそんな風に。
Hey, it's up to you two to decide, not everyone else. And also, on to the next